Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have JC with us. He's multiple business owners involved in several businesses like Christmas lights and also involved in running a business with virtual assistants. So, JC, welcome to the show, and please introduce yourself and your business to our audience.
Yes, Tony, thank you for having me. My name is JC Chinowski. I live in Hampstead, North Carolina, which is on the east coast of North Carolina, right on the water. Been a business owner really for about 16 years when I really started my first actual business. I've had entrepreneurial mindset in my life since I was a kid when I was selling candy in school, working for my dad, doing some odd jobs. But really, the kickoff of my actual first business was 2009, where I started a pressure washing business. 2016, I started a Christmas light installation business, which sounds kind of weird, installing Christmas lights, but it's a very big demand and it's a very short season, only 3 months to get up as many Christmas lights as possible. So that's really one of my bigger passions is the Christmas light industry because I really enjoy that part of it. And then most recently, I met my wife who owned a virtual assistant business called Unique Genius. She started that about 5 years ago. So been shifting my focus to working on growing that business with her to be able to help business owners scale their current business and be able to buy back their time so they could focus on their unique genius and do the things that they're excited about.
Absolutely excellent. So yeah, it's very interesting. Obviously, as you mentioned, very short season, but must be very busy in those 3 months, with Christmas lights and stuff. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that business more. And on top of that, when it comes to this virtual assistant business, so can you tell us what are the sort of like benefits of people hiring those virtual assistants from your businesses?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we like to use the word virtual assistant in only the fact that most people know and understand what a virtual assistant can do. A lot of people may have experience or know people who have used virtual experience assistants. Some could be really good, but also some can be bad depending on how they try and find a virtual assistant. They try and do it on themselves. And trying to work with somebody that is not at your office, your location, or even in the United States can be difficult for some business owners. And most recently, we shifted from using the word virtual assistant to strategic partners and executive partners because on the low level, virtual assistant is usually just somebody that's just there to handle tasks. And we don't want to give a task assigner to a business owner who's trying to buy back their time and focus on their unique genius. So we shifted to the word strategic partner and executive partner because when they work with unique genius, they're getting somebody that's more than a task doer. They're getting somebody that can, understand their KPIs for whatever their role is. And the typical positions are CSRs, inbound calls, outbound calls, cold calling, appointment setting, sales, social media management, calendar management, email management, a variety of roles. And I like to tell anybody that, a strategic partner, executive partner can do anything that you need for your business that does not involve physically moving or touching things. And they're very, very qualified. They work out of the Philippines. We just spent a week out in the Philippines 2 weeks ago, my wife and I, where we held a in-person summit, and we brought in 150 of our team members from all over the Philippines. So we had 150 people fly into one location, and we did a 2-day event, just like a mastermind event that we would attend as a business owner. Well, we brought our entire team in there and just poured into them, did some developmental things, talked about leadership and the future of our company so that they better understood the purpose and role what they're doing for their clients or our clients to help them grow personally and professionally. So there's a wide array of positions that they could fill, but really the big thing is what we're trying to do is help business owners buy back their time so they're not focused on $20 an hour task, so they could focus on the high level task, the $500,000 an hour task to continue to grow and scale their company while they have a strategic partner doing the things that they need to be doing daily and not have to worry about monitoring and checking in on them because they're knowing that those KPIs are being met every single day or week.
Definitely. And what I mean, obviously, at the moment, we have a lot of different offers when it comes to selecting virtual assistants and obviously this other getting this other help that you mentioned as well. So, what advice would you give to our audience, business owners, and people starting their business, trying to grow their business as well, on selecting the right virtual assistant?
Yeah, absolutely. And as somebody who tried many different routes prior to working with my wife now, I tried doing it by myself. I tried going on to different websites and putting out resumes, or excuse me, job ads, and I would get flooded with like hundreds of different virtual assistants saying, "I'm the person for you." And the problem with that is, well, one, now that's my time. I got to do the post. I got to get the job ad up there. And then I have to filter through the hundreds, if not thousands, of different resumes or applications for these people saying that they're the right fit for me. Now I've got to go and hire that one person. I've never had experience working with a virtual assistant. It's not easy if you don't have the right things in place, because you're working with somebody that's literally thousands of miles across the country. They could be in the Philippines, they could be anywhere, but the ones we work with are directly in the Philippines. So now, as I'm trying to hand off this work to this virtual assistant, they might also be working with different companies and be a freelancer and have multiple different jobs. I never know when they're actually working for me, so it got really messy, and it created more work and took time away from me instead of being able to focus on what I wanted to do. So the big thing with working with Unique Genius is, for the moment you do a discovery call with us and tell us exactly what you're looking for, within 3 to 5 days, we have a strategic partner or executive partner that you will interview, and you'll do an interview, make sure that they meet, all the qualifications that you need. We got go high level experts. We have experts in the roofing industry, experts in bookkeeping and accounting. So we could find anything you need. You do the interview, and then we don't just hand that person to you and say good luck. We keep that strategic partner with us within Unique Genius, because we're coaching them along the way, so that if they need help, they're not constantly going to you, Tony, and say, Tony, I don't understand this. Tony, I don't know what to do. Tony. They go within the Unique Genius team and said, hey, I'm working with Tony. This is his industry. He's got this CRM, and I need help being able to build this out or whatever. So now we're providing support on the back end, so that while you're out focusing on the things that you want to be doing and not doing these low level tasks, we're helping that strategic partner grow and understanding the things that they need to do to be successful for you. And they're only working for you 40 hours a week, not for other business owners. So they're a dedicated partner for your business, and you know where they are, during those hours. They work, the Philippines is 12 hours ahead of the United States on the East Coast, but they work, if you want them to work 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. East Coast time, they'll work 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. over there, which is very normal for them over there. And they're dedicated and committed and very responsive.
Very good, excellent. Yeah. So, and if someone wants to actually find out a little bit more about, working with you, possibly hiring virtual assistants and stuff, how they can do that?
Yeah, they can go to the website unique-genius, UNIQE-GENIUS.com. They get information out there. They can also follow me on social media, JC Chinowski. I'd love to answer any questions they have. It's an unknown for a lot of business owners because they don't know, or it also might be they've heard a lot of bad stories, which I talked about briefly. I've had some bad experiences, and what we're trying to do is build strategic partners so that when you do work with us, you know, there's no fear, there's no unknowns, it's just success. And that as long as you set up the KPIs and give them the tools they need to be successful, that, they're working in the back end. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about, watching their screen. I've seen a lot of people try and do that. Like, why would you want to hire somebody and watch their screen all day? Like, you're hiring a strategic partner so you could focus on other things, not watch what they're doing. So great opportunities for them. And as far as the cost benefits, it's a fraction of the cost of what you're going to pay to hire somebody locally. Um, and you're getting usually a higher level an employee working with you, because they just have a different work ethic in the Philippines, and they really truly like want to be successful for you, because they love what they do, they love the opportunity, and they're getting paid very well, compared to what they would have an opportunity to make in the Philippines.
Okay, great. Yeah, absolutely. And I can definitely share the link to the actual website that you mentioned in the description of this episode. And yeah, on top of that, just before we go, if there is any question maybe that I didn't ask you, anything that any tip that you would like to share with our audience, let us know.
Yeah, I mean the big thing, why would you want a strategic partner? As business owners, we have a lot of hats we got to wear. You're the CEO, your HR, your admin, your ops, production, sales. You name it. You go back and forth, and at any given moment during the day, you're running multiple hats if you're working by yourself. And then as you start growing that company, you start handing those hats off to different people. But really, as the business owner, the CEO, you want to be focused on the high level task. So the faster we can offload those low level tasks to somebody like a strategic partner to take care of the admin, the faster you can start growing your company. And as we're growing this business, if we're out in the field, depending on what industry you're in the field, you're talking to a client and the phone rings, you missed an opportunity to be able to talk to another client. So having somebody there that's dedicated 20, or excuse me, 8 hours a day during the business hours to be able to answer that phone opens up more opportunities for you to grow that company. So I like to tell people, don't look at it as a business expense. Look at it as an investment in yourself, to be able to buy back time for you to grow your company and to be able to focus on the things that you want to focus on. Because if you're like me, I don't like answering the phones. I don't really prefer talking to a customer, because I want to work on the things that I really know I'm good at to help grow the company.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing those tips, JC. Thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe, and also share it with your friends and family. On top of that, if you have any questions for JC or me, you can write them down in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them. All the best and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Excellent.